do this. Well, last year, if you guys remember, I made a video discussing all the books that I was hoping to read, or I was definitely going to read during the summer of 2023. Well, it's summer again. I can't believe we're already here. It's already May, or, well, we're almost in June. It's May 31st, the day I'm recording this. But yeah, we're in summer. I'm gonna be talking about the books as well as comics that I would either really like to read or I am definitely going to read before the end of the summer. I guess there's not really a lot of other things to say, so I guess we'll get into it without too much trouble. Um, but yeah, so here's all the books and comics I'm going to hopefully get to this summer. I never do promise that I will read all of these books. These are just the books that I am really hoping to get before the summer is over. So yes, I'm looking forward to it. Um, well, I won't stall much longer. Let's get to it. So, first book I have here today that I'm hoping to read, I was actually going to read it this month, but things got in the way, and that is Hyperion by Dan Simmons. Yeah, I've heard about this book for many years now. I know a lot of my friends really enjoy it. My friend John really enjoys it from Talking Story. My friend Jason, surprisingly, even though he's like, yeah, I like near future sci-fi, yeah. But apparently he likes Hyperion, so I'm going to see what all the fuss is about. I heard this book is really good. Sounds like the type of science fiction that I really take to. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading Hyperion. I was going to read it this month, like I said, but again, stuff just kept getting in the way. And I know you guys can imagine how that goes. And May was kind of a tough reading month for me anyway, but yeah, that's for another video for another time. But yes, Hyperion. Definitely planning on reading this soon. Next book I have, I'm actually about to start it soon. That's why it has a bookmark in it, but it is The Power of the Dog by Don Winslow, and I completely blame the really bad influence of Carlos and Yolanda especially, at StoryTube for getting me into this book. This seems like the type of crime fiction that I would really enjoy. It's really dark. It's very political, apparently. There's a lot of discussion about the drug war in America, so that sounds quite fascinating. No, this is not the same Power of the Dog that got made into a movie with Benedict Cumberbatch, though they share same title, so thanks, guys, for having the same title for a book. That definitely probably threw off a lot of people. But yes, Carlos and Yolanda really were selling me on this book, and I decided, screw it, I'll read it this year. I'm actually about to start reading it soon. I am really looking forward to seeing what Don Winslow has. This is my first Don Winslow book. And what was kind of hard about finding a book to start is he's kind of like Dennis Lehane. You can kind of just start anywhere, apparently. But, yeah, I'm going to start with Power of the Dog. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm hoping I enjoy it. I have a lot of people I respect who really like this book. So, also, Dennis Lehane is blurbed here. So, yeah, I'll take that as a good sign. But yes, Power of the Dog. Looking forward to Power of the Dog. I mean, there's not really much else to say. This book looks really fun. Well, maybe not fun. Fun is not the right word for this, but it looks like one that I will definitely take to. So, yeah. Next book is another crime novel, and that is James Ellroy's Black Dahlia. I know, I haven't actually read Black Dahlia. James Ellroy is noir. Like, this guy is the cream of the crop. Now, I have said that Dennis Lehane is the best crime fiction writer living today, best noir writer living today, and I stand by that statement. But I would also say that James Ellroy is a close second. This guy has noir literally in his veins. I don't think there's actual blood in his veins. Like, he literally just took a syringe that had, like, just black noir stuff in it and just shot it into his veins. Like, this man freaking knows the genre. But I haven't actually read his first big, epic, historical crime novel, Black Dahlia. I've only read L.A. Confidential, which is a fantastic book. Not for the easily offended, of course, because Ellroy, he doesn't really give a shit about your feelings. If you don't like his book, it's too freaking bad. But yes, Black Dahlia is about the Black Dahlia murder. And of course, Ellroy will probably put his weird Ellroy obsessiveness into this book. But I really like LA Confidential. This is the first book in that kind of saga. It's not really a series because, it's not a continuing story. It's more like spiritually connected. But Black Dahlia, though, I'm really looking forward to watching it. And I do recommend LA Confidential. I think LA Confidential is a fantastic book. And it's a great film, too. I mean, I'm shocked they ended up, one of the great neo-noir films of the 90s. But I'm kind of shocked that they got away with it because there was a lot of stuff in LA Confidential. And somehow the movie managed to condense that into a 2-hour movie. Well, got rid of a lot of the weird Elroy-isms, but they managed to keep the style very succinct. And I think they made a movie of this as well. I haven't seen it. But, yeah, this is I'm really looking forward to reading this. I do like James Ellroy a lot. I do think he is one of the finest noir writers still alive today. Up there with Dennis Lehane. I'm hoping that this book will prove to be good. So, just put that down. Next book I have here is one I am particularly excited to do because a lot of people, let me tell you something, guys. Basically everyone told me how great this book is. This is one of those books, like everyone and their grandmas told me how great this book is. I won't keep teasing you. It's Lonesome Dove. I mean, again, literally everyone I have come across who has read this book either loves it or likes it. Even people who I know are just like major contrarians just for the hell of it, they like this book. So, okay, I'm hoping that this book will prove to be good. It is a bit of a chunky boy. I'm going to try and finish Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which is itself a very chunky boy, before I get to this book, because I really don't know if I could cope with reading 2 chunky boys at the same time. But apparently this book is very accessible, and it's described as one of the great American novels, which, okay. I do know a little bit about McMurtry. I've seen a couple of films that are adapted from his work, like The Last Picture Show, which I have opinions on. I won't get into them here. But Lonesome Dove is considered by many to be the quintessential Western, and it even says back here, if you only read one Western novel in your life, read Lonesome Dove from USA Today. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing, even Matt's fantasy book reviews really liked this book. And I don't even know if he reads that many Westerns. I mean, he read Blood Meridian, which, hilariously enough, came out the same year that this book did. And one of them won the Pulitzer Prize. I am not going to stop saying that joke. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this, though. I'm really hoping that this book is good. I really hope that it is worth the... let's see how many pages we got here. We're in the 850s. 858. Well, okay, it's about the size of a pretty standard fantasy novel, so it's not bad. But yeah, I kind of wanna finish the other really chunky read that I'm doing, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, before I can entertain the possibility of getting into this book. But yes, Lonesome Dove is apparently one of the great American novels, and I look forward to it a lot. So yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to tell me, oh my god, Britton, you're going to love it, feel free. I've heard it a lot. I'm looking forward to reading this, and I do hope that it is worth the hype. I really do, because there's nothing I love more than a great book. I really do. I promise. Next book I got here is one that I'm not sure I'm going to get to. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink here. Next book I have here is one I'm not entirely sure I'll get to, but definitely one that I'll read if I'm feeling palate cleansery, if I just kind of want to pick up a book and read it. My friend Jason read it, and my friend Thomas, I guess we're friends. We have talked, and we're friendly towards each other, but Thomas from SFF 180, who is one of my inspirations for making this channel, I'll quit teasing you. It is The Strange by Nathan Ballengrid. I remember seeing Thomas from SFF 180, really enjoying this book, like I said before. And my friend Jason read it, though he was kind of like, it was fine. And it sounds like something that'll really pique my interest. It's, I heard the inspirations go from the Martian Chronicles. I've also heard it be compared to True Grit. Martian Chronicles is one of my favorite books, one of the best science fiction books ever written, as far as I'm concerned. But I've heard The Strange is a really, really good book. and very much a throwback to that old John Carter of Mars, Barsoom kind of type of science fiction. Very pulpy, old science fiction. And I'm really hoping that The Strange lives up to the hype. I hopefully won't be as lukewarm about it as Jason is. But I'm looking forward to this book. I really hope it's good. It sounds like a book that I would really enjoy. So yeah, The Strange. I won't talk too much more about it. Next book I have here is another crime novel. Another one I'm not sure I will get to, but I may read it if I feel like it being in a palate cleanser mood. That is Bluebird, Bluebird by Attica Locke. I've seen this book staring at me in my local bookshop, and I end up picking it up because it looks really cool. I don't really know too much about what this is about. I know it's about East Texas, so if anyone is interested in Texas, or anyone is from Texas and want to read this, I mean, go ahead. But I thought this book really looked interesting to me because, well, for one, it's about a black state. Let me see, he's a black Texas Ranger who is attempting to solve a mystery, which sounds really fun to me because I'm always looking for books that challenge my perspective and show me different perspectives about the world that we live in. And definitely, we will probably get a lot of that in this book. Again, I don't really know too much about this book aside from little I've heard. There are some people I've read who mostly have enjoyed this book, and I hope this book is really good. So yeah, not really much to say about it. So yeah, I'll just put this down. Next book I got here is the sequel to The Vor. This is another one I'm not sure when or if I'm going to pick it up during this time of the year, but I'm going to try and get to it, and that is The Erstwhile by Bryan Catley. If you guys remember, I really enjoyed The Vor. I thought it was a very fascinating, deeply original fantasy novel, and one that I think a lot more people should read. I won't guarantee that you'll like it, but I do think a lot of people should read it. And I ended up picking The Erstwhile up at a local bookshop. I really scored there because I was probably just gonna have to go on Amazon to get this, but one of my local bookshops had it, and I picked it up, and I'm glad I did. And I also love the cover. It's a William Blake painting, and I'm a huge fan of William Blake. I love his artwork. I love his. I do enjoy his poetry a lot too, but I'm more into him as an artist. And I mean, as I said, The Vor was a strange, original, bizarre project. I don't know if it didn't get my almighty 5-star because there was still some issues I felt were holding it back for me. But I do feel it was just an interesting enough as a read that, well, I had to pick this up and I had to see what all the fuss was about. And hopefully this book will prove to be as engaging and fascinating as The Vor was. It would really suck if it just whimpered out. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, Erstwhile. Definitely hoping to pick this up sometime this year. Next book is another one that I am not sure I'm going to be picking up this. I'm not sure when I'm going to pick it up, but I'm hoping to figure it. I'm hoping to pick it up, and it is Gog Magog by Jeff Noon and Steve Beard. This book really sounded interesting to me because I heard it be compared to one of my favorite fantasy novels, Perdido Street Station. And Jeff Noon is a writer I've wanted to try for a long time. My friends D and Raph really enjoyed this book. They read it and they liked it a lot. And I really like the art style of the cover here. I really like the kind of, how do I describe it? I just like how it looks, really. But yeah, I picked this one up, and it looks really, really interesting, and it looks like a really deeply engaging book. And I hope that it will be a good one. And Dee told me she really liked it, so maybe if I do read this, or when I get around to reading this, we could probably have a discussion on my channel. I would enjoy having that, because I enjoy talking to Dee a lot. Another book is one of the ones I am really excited about, people. I really am, like, jumping out of my seat because I've been hyping myself for about 2 years now to get into this book. I love the first book, and of course, that is Moon Witch Spider King by Marlon James. Now, you guys know I absolutely adore Black Leopard Red Wolf. I think it is one of the finest fantasy novels of the 21st century. I've made a review about it. I can't shut up about it on the internet. I keep trying to get people to read it. Now, will you like it? I don't know. Just read it. It's a great book. But Moon Witch Spider King is the follow up to this, though instead this time we're going to be following Sugalon, the Moon Witch, who gave Tracker so much problems in the first book. Once again, the cover of this is fantastic. I love the colors. I love the just weirdness, and I'm really, really. You can definitely tell. I hope you guys can tell by my experience, but I'm very excited to get to this book because I love Black Leopard Red Wolf. You guys know this. I won't bash you over the head with it once again, but Moon Witch Spider King. Really, really looking forward to it. Again, I really want to finish Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell before I start kind of hopping into other fantasy epics. And I mean, this one is like, God, how many book pages is this? 626. Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, I really, because Black Leopard Red Wolf takes a lot of focus, and you have to really engage with the material. So I'm definitely going to wait before I pick this up, but it's going to be really hard because I'm really excited to read this book, and I'm really hoping that it is as good as Black Leopard Red Wolf, though I hear it is a lot different from Black Leopard Red Wolf. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I really hope that it's as good as Black Leopard Red Wolf was. And if you haven't read Black Leopard Red Wolf, go do it. It's a fantastic book. Now, it's not the most accessible thing, or well, I won't try and talk you out of it. Just go read it. Just go read it. Trust Uncle Britain. Read the book. Just read the book. Just trust me. You'll probably like it, or maybe you won't like it. But I hope that you will like it. So just go read it. But apparently you don't. Now I should say you probably don't have to read Black Leopard Red Wolf first. I'm just a sucker for chronology. I can't speak today. But Moon Witch Spider King. Can't wait to read it. And if you haven't read Black Leopard Red Wolf, do it. Just do it. Just do it right now. All right? That's all I gotta say. All right, this might confuse a few people, and I'll explain in a minute. But I am going to read not The Return of Edan, which I have here. I am going to read The Prophet of Edan. I have to admit, like a dummy, I went on Amazon and I ordered Return of Edan instead of Prophet of Edan. I was very displeased. If you guys saw on Twitter already, I kind of went on and I was like, well, I made a bit of a whoopsie there. But I'm going to try and look on the bright side here. At least I have this book now, because I am going to read the whole trilogy this year. That is something I am planning to do. And I really, really hope to get to Prophet of Edan sometime in the next couple of months. And I'll have Philip on again, and we'll talk about it. And then we'll do Return of Edan, or I'll read Return to Edan, and then I'll have Philip on again, and we'll talk about it. And I'm really looking forward to that. I really enjoyed the first novel a lot, The Way of Edan, because I think it is a novel that proves that a old story can be told very well. It depends on how you tell it. I won't talk about classic fantasy, because in all honesty, this is a rabbit hole I don't want to get into in this video. But I'm looking forward to reading Prophet of Edan. And then after Prophet of Edan, I'm looking forward to reading The Return to Edan. But I had to show you guys something. I didn't want to put you out of the pasture and just go like, oh, I don't own this book. Now I'll get to some books I don't actually have yet. I'm actually hoping to read The Wickwire Watch. I've heard it be compared to Charles Dickens and The Lies of Locke Lamora, which was my favorite read of last year. And I've seen Jacqueline Hagan be interviewed by a few people, like my friend John, and the guys at Bald and Balding, Mike Mullman, and Robin, I think is the other guy's name. Yeah, I'm really hoping to read that book. It sounds like it's one that I would really enjoy, and most of the reception I've heard from it is positive. I mean, Reads with Rachel liked it, and she's like really critical. She's like female Jason, I tell you. But I'm looking forward to reading this book, and I hope it's really good. So it's really all I got to say about that. Last book I'm going to talk about today, at least in the prose part, is Scrublands, which is an Australian crime novel that once again StoryTube turned me on to. Um, well, I did read Only Killers and Thieves, and I really am kind of fascinated by Australia in a weird, bizarre way. So I'm really hoping to pick up Scrublands, and I don't know when or if I'm going to get to it, but I am hoping to get to it eventually. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I don't really know what it's about. I'm trying to go in as blind as possible to that book. But yeah, I think. But I mean, Carlos liked it, so that's good enough for me. Well, now since we are in we have gotten rid of the books. I guess we'll talk about comics. I hope to read. Let me. There we go. So there are two comics I am hoping to read this. There are two comics I am hoping to complete this year and do a full reread of, and there are several comics I hope to start this year. So I guess we'll get into that. First comic here is one of my favorite comics of all time. I'm really hoping to finish this out on a bang. I'm probably going to reread it again because I reread it in 2021, I think, and then I got stuck at around volume 9 because the rest of the volumes hadn't come out yet. And that comic is Deadly Class. Deadly Class is why I love comics. I already made my discussion video talking about why you guys should go read Deadly Class. I made a video called Comics You Should Read, and one of them was Deadly Class. I'll just put it this way. Deadly Class is why I love comics. It is over the top. There are great characters. There is amazing art from the mind of Wes Craig. They're balls to the wall action and intensity. The characterization is really good, and you really care about these characters. I mean, it really is everything you can do in a comic. Deadly Class is it. Well, I mean, that might be a bit over the top. One might say that about Watchmen. But Deadly Class is one of those comics that reminds me why I love comics. Because you can get away with all sorts of over-the-top stuff, and people won't give you a side-eye for it. You're like, I don't see Deadly Class being a novel. I don't see it being a TV show, even. Though it was a TV show for a while, and it got canceled. Unfortunately, I think Deadly Class is a fantastic series. And, of course, the brilliant artwork from Wes Craig. That guy is a freaking maniac. I still need to get Kaya, or however you pronounce it, which is his solo series. I hope will be worth reading just for the art alone. But I really enjoy Deadly Class, and I'm really hoping to finally finish it this year and see how it all wraps up. I'm probably going to reread the whole thing, so yeah, looking forward to it. Another comic I have here is the Luther Strode series by Justin Jordan and Tradd Moore. This is actually one that my friends at my local comic shop are telling me to read, and it definitely looks like a comic I would enjoy. And I know a little bit about this. I heard there's kind of it's very much, it's kind of a play on like the Spider-Man mythos with the kind of geeky kid who gets superpowers. But it's also a play on the Flex Mentallo story, if you've ever heard of Flex Mentallo. It's a character that Grant Morrison made up for his Doom Patrol run. This book is very similar to that one. Not quite as meta as that series is, but but the source is from that advertisement that Flex Mentallo comes from. And it's this comic right here, or well, not this comic. I mean, it's from another like really old advertisement. I think it's called the Hercules. It's like the Hercules test or something. I can't remember. If someone knows what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. I probably am messing it up as it is, but I've heard this comic is really good. Really looking forward to reading it. I've been looking forward to reading this for a while, and I got the omnibus, so it's all three of these comics in one volume. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands into this, and often I like to read comics during the summer, so looking forward to this a lot. Next comic I got here is another one I've been wanting to read for a long time, and it is Astro City by Kurt Busiek and Brent Anderson, and also with cover illustrations by the great Alex Ross. I mean, you can see it right here. He is a phenomenal artist, but Um, yeah, no, Astro City is sort of one of those reconstructionist superhero stories from the mind of Kurt Busiek, who wrote the excellent Marvels with Alex Ross. Well, he didn't. Alex Ross didn't write it. He drew it, but this is his love letter to the superhero genre, and I've heard it is really good, up there with other great superhero reconstructions like DC: The New Frontier, which is, for my money, one of the greatest comics ever made. And yeah, I'm really hoping the Astro City will do some great things. I mean, the art style definitely looks of the time for sure, but I'm really looking forward to see what the fuss is about. I actually bought this at a con almost last year. That's insane. I think I went to my local comic shop has a con every year, so that's where I got it from, and I still haven't read it yet. So I'm hoping to get it read during the summer. Um, but yeah, this book looks really fun. Maybe not fun. I'm really hoping that it will be as great as people tell me it is. I do love Marvels though, and I know that Kurt Busiek is a great writer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If anyone has read Astro City, tell me what you thought of it. I really would love to know. Another comic, I actually recently picked this up at my local comic shop. It was free comic book day, and I finally got 100 Bullets by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo. I really enjoy Brian Azzarello. I love his collaborations with Lee Bermejo, particularly Joker and Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. But 100 Bullets is the series that he is most well known for, and one I have wanted to read for a very, very long time. I really love the concept of this book, which is basically this guy called Graves, who is that guy right there, basically approaches people. He basically says, here's a gun, here's evidence, here's 100 bullets that cannot be traced, and you can do what you want to this person who ruined your life or did whatever they did to you. Now, if they say yes or no, we don't know. I haven't read this comic yet. But I really want to see what all the fuss is about here. And it's Vertigo, of course. Vertigo is, I mean, Vertigo is basically what Image Comics is today. I mean, they really were one of the first, like, mainstream comic imprints that really let creators go nuts with their properties. And I'm really hoping this book is as good as people say it is, because I really do enjoy crime fiction a lot. And Brian Azzarello does it very, very well when he puts his mind to the task. I did read Moonshine from him, though, with Eduardo Rizzo. And Eduardo Rizzo is a phenomenal artist. I really like his style. But there were some pacing issues I had with that one, even though, Werewolf Gangsters, that should have drawn me in instantly. But I digress. 100 Bullets, really looking forward to reading it. I hope it's good. I really do. Last thing I will be discussing today is actually another comic I'm hoping to complete, and it is BAM! Paper Girls by Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chiang. I really enjoy this comic. I just need to finish it. I started it a few years ago and loved it. I really love the balls of the walls. Don't give a fuck. We're just gonna do whatever you want. Another one of those comics, kind of like Saga, also from Brian K. Vaughan, which really shows me why I love comics, because you can basically do whatever the hell you want, and people probably won't bat an eye, because of course, they're comics. People don't really take comics seriously. It makes me sad, but we're still kind of on that fight in order to let people take comics seriously. But I got around the halfway point, and I absolutely adored what I was reading so far. I mean, the humor was great, the imagination was on point, the characterization was really good. I mean, the art style, my God, like just look at that, it's great, great stuff. And apparently, I've heard, I've heard it be described as Stranger Things on acid, and I mean, I can't really contest that. It's really a fantastic series. I just need to finish it and see how it wraps up. So, yep, I got the omnibus here, and I'm going to reread it, much like how I'm going to reread Deadly Class. Yay! Looking forward to that. But yeah, I really enjoy this series, and I am hoping that Paper Girls will end on a good note because the series ended a few years ago, and also Saga's great too. But yeah, I need to finish Paper Girls. That's really the main point of this, and yeah. So there you go. That was a lot. Just need a drink. So that is all I have for today. What I have, all the books I'm going to read or hopefully get to. The books I'm either definitely going to read or I hope to get to before, the year is over. And if I don't read it during the summer, I'll probably read it sometime later this year. Or if not, too bad, 2025. I've given up at this point. But that is all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can find me on Twitter. Some what we do. You can also find me on Goodreads and Letterboxd, where I write reviews that are probably more coherent than what you just heard right now. You can also find me on Discord. Love hearing from you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, as my friend John Minton likes to say. Press that like button. It feels good, and I can confirm it. Like, subscribe, comment, do those things. I love hearing from you guys. And yeah, that's really all I got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.